It's time now for weather with Nebraska Extension ag climatologist and Market Journal chief meteorologist Al Dutcher. And Al, I guess we couldn't end November before getting one more blast of cold air and snow. How's the forecast shaping up for the first week of December?
Well, Troy, you're absolutely correct. We're going to end this month off again with some more cold air just as it started to move in there this weekend. That sets the stage up for this storm that's moving across the state, and we're going to see a wild variety of weather today, and it's going to continue through tonight and for the southern part of the state, probably all for most of the day tomorrow. Unfortunately, this has been a trend that has been pretty much consistent for the last month to 6 weeks, where we've seen these storms come in over the weekend to see benign conditions during much of the week. And in fact, if you look at southern Nebraska, particularly in south central and extreme southeastern Nebraska, there are several locations already that have exceeded last year's snowfall totals, and we haven't even made it through basically the month of November, and we're just starting to enter the month of December. So it looks like we are probably on our way to an above normal snow season, at least especially south of Interstate 80. Now, depending on how much snow falls here in the next 24 to 36 hours, we could see some significant increases in our seasonal snowfall totals, such that we'll be well over 15 inches in many locations. So as we go to the upper air models, the first thing I'll draw your attention is here's the upper air low circulation, and we got the big deep trough. So we got the cold air to the north, we got a big strong jet to the south that's going to lift moisture up from the south with this low pressure system in Illinois and also back toward the Texas Panhandle. That's going to push that moisture up over, and you can see very heavy precipitation to our east. To the west, we're starting this out today in southeast Nebraska as a rain-snow mix, but we should change over to all snow across the state as that trough remains pretty stationary for the next 24 hours, and a series of low pressure systems rides along it. That's going to keep that moisture feed coming over top of the cold air, continue the snowfall. We should see the heaviest of snowfall totals drop toward the southern part of the state and then exiting as we get to the day on Tuesday. But on Monday, we'll start to see that low pressure system start to move its way toward the east as high pressure builds in. We're probably going to still stay under cloudy conditions, and we're likely to see some flurry activity, but I don't think we're going to see much in the way of significant snowfall accumulations. That will occur to the east of us. And as we get on the day Tuesday, we'll start to see that trough weakening somewhat, and we start to see some ridging trying to build up in the west. We'll still be under the influence of cool high pressure, but it's not going to be Arctic high. We're still going to stay highs mainly in the 20s, and we have this big storm system that's going to start approaching the western United States. In the meantime, we're going to start to see this ridge building up and bringing some little warmer air into our region, particularly as we get the second half of the week, as that high pressure system starts to slide off to the southeast and bringing some return flow back from the south. And then we see that precipitation shield moving into southern California, and the good news is that, at least from the model standpoint, with this trough in place over the Great Lakes, most of the activity is going to move south of Nebraska with this high pressure system firmly in place. So we look to be a fairly dry forecast, fortunately. The only fly in this ointment is, as we watch this precipitation shield move out, is whether or not it's going to slightly shift toward the north. And right now the models say no, it's going to stay to our south with the northern periphery of this just touching southeastern Nebraska. As this high pressure shifts off to the east, that brings that moisture up toward the north, but it basically gets cut off just right at the Nebraska border. So if we see this move up a little bit farther toward the north, would not be surprised to see some snowfall accumulations occur late next week, particularly south of the Interstate 80 corridor. So pay attention to this system because it very well may bring some very inclement weather to our region. 8 to 14 day forecast starts to shift that cold air off toward the east. So we are seeing the impacts of this the high pressure system late in the week starting to move off, and that'll start to relax some of the colder temperatures. And in terms of precipitation, we start to see the signs of a drier trend that may hold at least through the 14th of the month.